Hello everyone, this is Tanmay, member of Man City Mumbai Supporters Club, and I welcome you to this episode where we're going to talk about our next game against Sheffield United. But before that, we're going to talk about our impressive victory against Marcel. And for that, I have few members from Man City Mumbai Supporters Club. So hi guys, hi Sid, hi Abhishek, hi Vansh, hi Rohan, and we have first timer you also. So hi guys, how are you? I hope you are doing well
Hello.
after that amazing victory against Marcel. And like coming to this game, so I guess the first game of the season where there are so many positives to talk about. We also had so many good results like against Arsenal, against Wolves, but this was the game where there are so many positives. Like it was really perfect game. So I'll just come start with you, Sid. The one perfect thing I saw in that game was Laporte and Ruben Diaz partnership. I don't remember any point that where we were uncomfortable. Like they're going to score, and we see that rarely with Man City. So like, just talk to me about that partnership, especially Ruben Diaz and Laporte.
Yes, very happy to see Laporte back in the field. Laporte has been obviously one of our very good defenders, very consistent defenders, except for 1-2 games here and there. And obviously, an expensive culture defender like Laporte is, he's going to only help strengthen the skill difference between him and Diaz. Going to get him to more accustomed to how we play, to how a ball passing, ball playing centre back should be like. So I'm very happy that Laporte and Ruben Diaz are together and kept the clean sheet very nicely, and also got the win. So yeah, I'm expecting them to see them starting together very often. That should be a main partnership, I feel, at the
Yeah,
centre back position.
yeah. So like coming to you, once we talked about when Leroy Sané left, that we talked about like how can we replace this guy? Then we bought Ferran Torres, and we were like, of course he won't replace Sané because Sané had double figures, goals and assists. So that the level was the expectation was too high. But what we saw from Ferran Torres in this short span of time, he is scoring goals, he's assisting, and he's playing really well. So just give me your assessment about Ferran Torres.
Ferran Torres he had a slow start in the beginning, but then he just took up the pace very quickly. I mean, in slow start in a sense, he wasn't getting the goal, he wasn't getting the assist. But in the past 4 matches, his stats are he has 2 assists and 3 goals. That's 5 contributions, and that
Yeah,
is actually very good. And I felt that his match against the match against OM was also very good. uh, and yeah, surely there is a bit of like still more. There's still time for him to replace Leroy Sané completely. But yeah, he's a very good player and he's helping Man City get the wins.
yeah. So coming to you, like the question, like what like you can literally see the difference Kevin De Bruyne makes in this team. When he came, like he started the game, and we had 3 corners in the first 7 minutes. Like you don't see that if he doesn't play. Like the way we approach the game, we attack so quickly. We are always in the final third. Like how influential is Kevin De Bruyne in this team? We can.
So yeah, so like even in the Arsenal game, we could feel that KDB was missing, right? He controls that momentum. Like even against OM, the way he controlled the game, right? So he was playing at number 8 with Gundogan, and it gave him that freedom, that creativity to carry the ball himself, to play it on the wing, to penetrate the center. And I think KDB is the best at that in the game right now. And along with, we have 3 pacey people up top. We have Foden, we have Sterling, and we have Ferran Torres now. And for KDB, that works perfectly because he can just release those through balls for them, and they are fast enough and quick enough to beat the defenders for that. And KDB's main thing which makes him crucial and most vital to our team is probably that he controls the momentum of our game.
Yeah,
Right? He controls the way we progress the ball upfield. He controls the way we distribute the ball in the wings. And he's always there as a passing option. So I think KDB is very vital to our attack. And
yeah.
yeah, you could see what much of a difference he made against OM.
Right. So like coming to you, Abhishek, of course you are the one who always gives the deep tactical analysis about the players. So I would like to ask you about one player. Like we don't like many of them we didn't talk about. It was Zinchenko. It was his first appearance after a long time, and it was like quite a decent performance from Zinchenko, and it also gave us the confidence that he can also be used as left back. When he's not available, when Casillas is not available. So like, how would you assess Zinchenko's performance against Marseille?
I think he was quite decent. It was a very okay performance from him. We must remember that Zinchenko is a midfielder, but he plays in the left back position. So he is not a permanent left back solution. But whenever we require, I think he does a good job for us. Um, comparing with Mendy, I think he is good enough.
And like one more question to you, like in previous videos we talked about like is Rodri, like Man City midfielder we need. It is like what do we expect him to be? What we want, like what he is. So, what was your assessment for that game? Do you think he was, he is proving his doubters wrong after these two performances? Abhishek.
Yes, I think he's been doing well. But I think he needs time, and I think in the coming matches we'll get to know a bit more how he has adapted to the situation. So I think it's too early to call, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So coming to you, Rohan. We started the game very well. We were, like the intensity, the pressing was so good for, for 90 minutes. But there was one thing missing. It was like typical Man City goal, and then the third goal came in. That Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne link up, and then the tap in for Raheem Sterling. Like just describe like how was that? How was it feeling? To see that goal and that City performance.
I was seeing the match downstairs in my hall in the middle of the night, and I wanted to scream so bad. I was so impressed with that goal. It made us realize it showed massive. Of course, they're from Farmers League, so of course they'll be shown. It made the other people, the other fans watching it, show how strong we are,
Yeah,
especially with Kevin De Bruyne, especially with Kevin De Bruyne.
yeah,
That try is a beauty. The link up was too perfect, too perfect.
right. It like the goal that the goal went in, I was like, my God, like the typical City goal, and we saw it against the Centurions.
Couldn't I swear, especially with the formation Pep Guardiola played that night, I thought it was going to be okay. Like we could concede a goal, but it was exceptional. It was an exceptional performance.
Right. So now, like talking about the next game, it is Sheffield United. Of course, they had not so good start in the Premier League, but now they are getting their pace up. They are now going to be a difficult opponent. In the last game, I guess they lost 2-1 to Liverpool. And Liverpool had to fight so hard to get those 3 points. So like coming to you, Sid, now like how important is this game? Of course, this is the same question every time. Like how important is the game? We know it is important, but now in the context of the title race, because the next two opponent we have is Liverpool and Tottenham, and we are on paper. Of course, we haven't played one game. We haven't played that one game. We have one game less, but we are 2 points behind them. So like how important is tomorrow's 3 point against Sheffield United?
The thing with Sheffield United is that they will be wanting a win over us easily because I'm seeing that past record here. It's just been all three losses, one draw, another loss. So they haven't won in almost like 5 games.
Yeah,
So they'll obviously try their hardest to at least get a point out of it or try to win the match because they need it because they've just come up in the league and they don't have enough experience in the Premier League. So they don't want to get relegated obviously this season. So they will try their hardest to score a goal and then sit back and defend. But we should not let that happen. We have to absolutely not let that happen. We can't afford to get another draw because
yeah,
we've had already too many draws this season against West Ham, against Leeds.
yeah,
So I think it's time that we go all out. I don't think Pep should take this match easily as what people would say. I think a strong lineup is needed with vigor to win because I
yeah,
told you like I want to treat every game as if it's a Champions League final and I
yeah,
want us to win all the games.
yeah.
So yeah, I think it's going to be a tough game, and if we need to maintain a position on the top half of the table, we need a victory right now because we have a lot of tough fixtures coming up ahead.
Right,
Like really tough. Like Liverpool and Tottenham are going to be very tough.
right. Like coming to
So I
Abhishek.
think that we should go for the win here.
Yeah, so coming to Abhishek, like similar question, but compare like of course we have seen this team get 100 points, and the most impressive thing about a 100 point team was to get victories away, away ground. Now we dropped we draw 2 games against Leeds and West Ham. We are not getting away points. Of course, now we are playing against behind closed doors, but like when after a second of season, that might happen that fans are allowed to come in the stadium. So like how important is it to get those away matches 3 points right now in the later half, right? Like what is your assessment for this game? How important is it for us to win those 3 points tomorrow?
I think especially now when the fans are not there, so I think in away matches you don't have that crowd booing at you. So it's very important because winning those away games makes you win titles. So you cannot just win home games and win the title. So I think away games are really important, and Sheffield is a tough team to face. We should remember like how they did so well last season, finishing really in the top half of the table. So it's not been a great start for them, but they definitely have a very good team, and they will come with a very tough team tomorrow.
Yeah. So like one next question to you. I asked you about like how influential is Kevin De Bruyne. If there is Kevin De Bruyne in our team, we have a very good attack. So now there were rumors that Liam Delap was training with first team because he was a contention to to be in the squad. So now we don't have the out and out number 9. No Aguero, no Jesus. But with the presence of De Bruyne, we can gamble having Liam Delap on the field. In some starting lineup. So what would you say about the situation? Would you like to see him from the start of the game?
I would say that probably Pep is going to continue with the same formation he played against OM, right? It's worked pretty well. They have got 3 goals in the Champions League. It's always a good result. I think Villat probably will come as a substitute. He won't start the game because Torres, Foden, and Sterling they're not fit in the system, but they're playing well, right? They've got 3 goals. They've scored 3 goals. Their attacking line has scoring 3 goals is a good result.
Yeah.
And Torres, I think with De Bruyne on the field, right? I don't think we need an out and out striker. We would probably a player playing in the number 9, as you said, but who has the ability to free roam, right? Throughout the midfield, drop in. And Delap, I would say, is more of an out and out striker as compared to probably a Torres or a Sterling dropping down and playing that support in the midfield. So I don't think Pep is going to start him, but I hope he plays, gets a few minutes in before Aguero and just come back. But yeah.
Yeah. So like next question to you, Vansh. The difference between game against Marseille and the difference between against West Ham was we can clearly see there was a difference of intensity. We were intense. The intensity that we showed against all Marseille from the minute one. It like we were in the occurrence that we are going to win this game. 3-0, 4-0, and it happened. Like how important is it for our players to keep that intensity? For the 90 minutes, not for the 90 minutes till the game is done. 3-0, 4-0. How important is it for our players?
Yeah, first of all, about the defense, the link up between Laporte and Diaz, it was very good, I would say. I mean, at no moment of time I felt that we are going to concede a goal,
right,
or is it going to be tough to defend against them. It was a very good link up between those two. Even Zinchenko played well, as you mentioned it before. And as he's asked me that how is it, I mean, the momentum, it is important for this season. Because this season we are getting unexpected teams like Everton, and not only in our Premier League, it's happening everywhere because Valencia was at the top in La Liga and many other leagues as well. So I feel momentum is going to be the key part of this season. But I feel that if we continue putting in those performances that we put against OM in the last match, it's never going to be easy this season, but it'll happen. We'll win. I feel we can get the wins if we continue the same performance.
Yeah, same question to you, Rohan. Like, it is very important for the team to keep that intensity. Like to get those 3 points. If you haven't covered those 3 points, you haven't won the game. You cannot get your foot off the pedal. You have to win because now 3 points are must. We need that. We cannot afford another draw. We cannot afford another defeat. So like, how important is it for the players to understand that responsibility?
It is very important. It is really very important to understand Indian win. Like I completely agree with Vansh. They have to, start getting that game. I know there was the draw against West Ham, which really was a setback, but with Olympic Marseille's victory, the victory of Olympic Marseille, sorry, we should have that mindset so that we can prove to be real title contenders. Because as you said, unexpected teams like Everton, Aston Villa, I don't know how, but Aston Villa with Ross Barkley, they are at second. Okay, so that's really unimaginable. So City have to take that in mind, and they have to keep getting that winning attitude. If they win against Sheffield, then they can prove to be very strong against Liverpool, who are utter shambles without Virgil van Dijk and Fabinho.
Yeah, they are struggling, and we should capitalize on it. So like in the against West Ham, Pep, in the 2 years, it was first time that he hasn't made the changes in his lineup, right? So of course, this coming game we might expect some changes in lineup. So I would like to ask all of you the question, like, what changes would you like to see from the lineup against Marseille in this game? Starting with you, Sid. Like, what changes? Who would you like to see? Like Bernardo, Mahrez, Cancelo, player like those. Who would you like to see in this game? Would you like to go with the same lineup?
I definitely want to see the same centre back centre back pairing with Laporte and Diaz, because I think that's a long term solution for our problems. I want to see Ferran Torres on the pitch, and I want to see him play on the left wing, and I want Thomas Delap to start the next game actually. Liam Delap, sorry. I want because he's a fast striker, man. He's a pacey lad. I've seen
Yeah.
after his debut for the first time. I started following him and I saw that he's a pretty pacey lad. And if so, if De Bruyne can find a ball across to him, and Pep is an experimental coach, right? He experiments with his squad. So why not like make an experiment here? And if he's not doing bad, and if he's not doing so well, then we can obviously make a sub, put Sterling in or Mahrez in or even Bernardo Silva, because all three of them can play a false nine position. So yeah, I would like to see that as well. And on the left back spot, I would like to see Cancelo start instead of Zinchenko and Mendy.
Abhishek, like what are your changes for this game, or would you like to go with the same lineup?
With Zinchenko back in the left back, I just want to see Cancelo play the right back once and resting Kyle Walker. Then I want to see Phil Foden and Ferran Torres start. And maybe Gundogan can be replaced with Fernandinho. Sorry, not Fernandinho, Bernardo Silva.
Yeah. So we can see those changes. Like coming to you, what is your lineup for this game?
I would say same. I would agree with Sid. I would play Cancelo on the left back. I think that's our permanent wing back. I would play Walker and Cancelo and Diaz and Laporte in center. I think the safest. They're the most stable then. I would feel the safest then. And probably Bernardo for Gundogan, because Gundogan's role essentially is not more of a defensive midfielder. It's more of an attacking midfielder. And I think Bernardo has a better attacking prowess than him. The way he can carry the ball, the way he plays it, the distribution is much better than Gundogan.
Yeah.
So probably I would try with Bernardo instead of Gundogan, and I would keep the front three the same. Foden, Sterling, and Torres' work rate is really high, right? The attacking work is high. They press very high. Foden especially, he's been exceptional for us in the last few games. So I wouldn't change the attacking, and probably just bring one change in the defense.
Yeah. So like the sound of Cancelo, Diaz, Laporte, and Walker in the same back four, it sounds so good, like hopefully it works.
It sounds too good to be true.
Hopefully it works in like a long term. So like coming to you, once, or like what changes would you like to make for this game? What are changes for this game? Against Sheffield.
Are you asking to me?
Yeah, Vanch.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you in the first part. Yeah, I don't mind if I see the same lineup against Sheffield again, but yeah, I mean we could rest Walker, and if there are many problems in the defense part, I don't feel that there are going to be, but if there are, we can always bring him in. But I would like to see the same lineup in fact, but we can rest Walker, or else it's just going to be the same thing. I'm fine with anything because right now the performance that we put up against OM, it was very good, so I would keep the same lineup.
Yeah, coming to you, Rohan, like what is your lineup for this game?
This is random, but I would like to see Zach Steffen start.
Why?
I think he is
Why?
I think he is a very good goalkeeper, and he should get experience in some tough matches like these, where in the case that I hope it never happens, but in case Ederson is out of injury or something, he can come in and play that role of Ederson. The game versus Bournemouth, he was very strong. I saw him play, and I was like, yeah, this is perfect.
Yeah.
So this is random, but I would like to see him start, and I would like to see Delap, Torres, Mahrez, Bernardo, Foden, Rodri, and defense will be same. Only I think he might remove Zinchenko and put Cancelo.
Yeah. Don't you think that the game against Olympiacos, it is at home, I guess. Don't you think that will be a better game for Stephen compared to Sheffield game?
Yeah,
it could be, but I think
it is like gamble. It is like gamble. We need 3 points.
It's a gamble. Exactly. Exactly. See, Olympiacos, they are from the Greek league, and they just won the title there. So it's a very high risk if he starts against Olympiacos. It's a very high risk.
It is high risk, but we can afford to lose that game. We can't afford to lose against Sheffield. Don't you think that? Like, okay, let's come to the last part of our episode. Like, just guys, give me your full-time prediction, because in the recent episode I've seen so many guys get their predictions right. So I may have to start betting now because you guys are getting it. So spot on right now. I guess last game City said 3-0 against Olympiacos. I guess so he was right. So guys, just give me your full-time prediction. Starting with you, Sid.
3-1 City.
3-1. Abhishek.
3-0 City.
Okay. Ayub.
I think they're going to have a goal fest, so I'm going to say 4-0.
Wow. Vansh.
I'm gonna give it 2-0 or 3-0. No, 2-0. Let's keep it 2-0. 2-0 to City.
Rohan.
4-1.
4-1. Okay, so there are 3 clean sheets and 2 guys are saying we won't have a clean sheet. Let's see what happens. So guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for talking to me. It was really fun talking to you about this game. We'll of course have a perfect analysis, and let's hope we have the goal praise like you suggested. We have like 7-8 nil, which we are missing from so many times. So thank you guys for joining me. Stay safe, take care, and come on City.
Come on, City.
Yeah, come on,
Come on,
City.
City.